The walking foot is a heavy-duty machine, good for canvas, denim, leather, vinyl, those heavy-duty fabrics that you don't necessarily want to use on a standard machine. It has a walking foot function, which means that it pulls the fabric through the machine a lot more effectively than a standard bottom feed machine like you're used to using. Start with your bobbin threaded. If you're using a specialty color, remember you don't need the full bobbin. Insert it into your bobbin case, thread it through, and make sure when you pull on it, it spins clockwise. It should dangle, but when you tap on it, it should release. So this is a little bit too tight. We're going to change the tension by adjusting this screw here. We're going to turn, loosen just a tiny fraction. It's a very sensitive screw, so only turn tiny fractions at a time. About 1/8 of a turn or so. There, when we tap on it, it started moving. We're almost there. Because this machine uses different thread types, you're always going to want to check your bobbin tension because different threads are going to affect the bobbin differently. There we go. See how it moves down just a little bit as it's dangling? That's the perfect tension on your bobbin. Insert it under your machine the same you would a standard Juki straight stitch. The walking foot can use two different needle types. You can see here it's set up with a leather needle. If you can see that little triangular patch there is what tells you that it's a leather needle as opposed to this round point needle. See the difference there? Your round point needle is going to be good for your wovens like denim, canvas. Your leather needle is going to be good for leather and plastic and similar heavyweight materials that are non-woven. Make sure you know which needle is in your machine and change it out if you need to. Your larger needle size allows you to do different types of stitching using different types of thread. You can use your standard straight stitch thread like you would on standard weight fabrics. You can use a bonded nylon, which is much stiffer and smoother. You can use a heavy top stitch thread. Today we're going to be using the bonded nylon thread. Thread through the top bar, back to front, then right to left, candy cane around, right to left again, straight down through the tension plates, straight up until it clicks through that black hook. Black hook should jiggle. Down around that silver hook, up through this silver hook, through your take-up lever, down through the silver hook, candy cane, through the top hole of the needle bar. Everything you've done on the machine has been right to left so far. The needle is now left to right. Pull through. Hold the tail of your thread tight. Spin the hand wheel towards you. Bring up your bobbin thread. And send those through the presser foot and give yourself a nice tail. Test your stitching on some scrap. Hold your tails. When you look at your top thread, you should not be able to see the bottom thread pulling up, and when you look at your bottom thread, you should not be able to see the top thread pulling up. On this one, the top thread is showing on the bottom a little bit, so we're going to tighten our top thread just a little bit and try it again. And it looks like we've got a properly tensioned stitch now. When using the walking foot, it can be a little difficult to guide your fabric. It is possible to turn, or if you need to make a sharp corner, plant your needle, lift your presser foot, turn your fabric, and keep sewing. Pull your needle out of your fabric, lift your presser foot, and trim your threads.